to the Gringo Baker channel. I'm Ken and I'm the Gringo Baker. Today we're going to make a lemon meringue pie. It's another one of my favorites, but I love pie. Okay, so to make this pie you need to start out with a cup and a half of water, 1 cup of white sugar, which I'm going to stir around a little bit to dissolve it. A 1/4 cup of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You put a 1/4 cup in there, it's going to taste pretty bad. Three tablespoons of cornstarch. 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And you need to stir it up until it's all dissolved. I think I'm actually going to switch and use a whisk. Does a better job of breaking up the chunks. Then you need the zest, which I have this handy little tool here for doing zest. Zest is just, for those that don't know, is just the peel of a lemon. And not the whole peel, but just the very outer part, which is what this little grating tool is really good at taking off. I've already done almost all of this. I just wanted to demonstrate it a little bit. And then we need to cut the lemons in half. Juice the lemon. If you don't have a juicer, you can do it with your hands, which is how I do it. But I always go through a colander, because if you don't go through a screen, you end up trying to fish seeds out. And it's a lot easier to stop them in the first place. And you really want to get as much of the juice out of these as you can, especially in this case, because these are relatively small lemons. My well-behaved dog. We've got about 15 seeds that we caught doing it this way. It's a lot easier to catch them in the first place than fish them out. Okay. And that's that. The zest just looks like finely grated cheese. Okay, we're back on the stove top, and now what we got to do is cook this for a while until it begins to really get thick, and then we add a couple other ingredients, and then it's going to be a darn good pie filling. I'd like to see it start thickening up a little bit here. And I guess it's just starting to. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to add it to our egg yolk mixture, again going really slowly and stirring constantly while you do this so that it doesn't cook the eggs. You want the temperature to come up relatively slowly, so you pour it slowly and you stir it to make sure that the temperature stays uniform. And I'm not used to doing this on the stove top, and my cup is sliding away from me. You want to pour until you have probably close to a cup, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, that's enough. Then after you've mixed that together, you pour it back in the rest of the ingredients and stir that around. Bring it back on the heat. And heat it back up until it boils. Yeah, it's getting thicker. I can feel it starting to not want to stir as easily. going to call it. Okay, to make the meringue for this pie, here in Puerto Rico I use a no wheat recipe because it is so humid here that a pie will look like a, I don't know what to tell you. It just is covered with the weeping, and it's pretty unattractive. So I found a recipe for no wheat meringue, and that's what I use. And it is a tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of white sugar. Stir it together. You put it in a small saucepan with a 1/2 cup of water, and you cook it a little bit until it's translucent. Then you set it aside, let it cool while you beat up the egg whites and sugar, which that part is like traditional meringue. This is just different. The cornstarch is not typically in meringue. And again, you stir until your arm falls off. I'm not really using the burner I'd like to use. This is much bigger than I need. But the other one has a iPhone case on it still. I'm burning my fingers here. The recipe for this actually says to cook it until it turns clear. I think you'd be cooking a long time because in my experience it never turns clear. Okay. Earlier we baked the pie crust. Now we have the pie filling, and we're just going to put the 2 of these together. Okay, now we're going to continue making the meringue. We have 4 egg whites in here, and we're just going to mix them with the mixer until they look like meringue sort of at that point. When you make meringue, don't do it in a plastic bowl. I've never tried it, but apparently a plastic bowl can hold oils and grease from using them before, even though you've washed them multiple times. And meringue supposedly won't whip up like this. Again, I've never tried it, so I don't know. Now we've got what we call soft peaks. Okay, once we have the soft peaks, the next thing is we add the the mixture that we made on the stove. A little at a time until we've got it all in there. Then we add the granulated sugar, a little bit at a time. And with that all up, after the meringue is done, then what you want to do is spread it on the pie so that it goes right up against the edges and seals the pie in there. I think we've got enough meringue here for about 3 pies, but we'll see what happens. haven't quite figured out a way to make the cute little peaks that you see on pies, meringue pies a lot. I've tried numerous things and I'm going to try something different right now. Nope, that's not the answer. Maybe. Not that bad. At least it doesn't look like it was put on with a trowel. Okay, now the oven that's been patiently sitting there for the last hour and a half, waiting for some pie to come in it, is going to be happy because there's some pie about to go in the oven for 20 minutes. Now, the biggest thing to do now is wait 20 minutes until it's cooked. Remember to take a picture of it and show it to you. I'll be back. Thanks. And here, as promised, is the completed lemon meringue pie. I hope you like this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up, make a comment below, and subscribe. Thank you very much.